Hello and welcome to the How to Create Course Content video for the Franklin Learning Center's LMS. You can either go into your classes by listing them and then clicking Edit and then going into Modules and Lessons, or if you need to create a new class, you can just do New. So I'll create a new class to start from the beginning. But we'll call this content demonstration class, and then I'll embed this video into it later. All right, so description: how to create content for your class. The organization, you can just leave. The teacher is whoever the teacher is. The type is probably FLC, but if it is ESL, you can say that as well. What level is it for? Grade school, middle school, high school, university, or professional? And leave the curriculum provider as Franklin Learning Centers so that we know it's us. And then all you have to do is click Save. You don't need the enrollment dates or anything. As you click Save, you'll see these new tabs appear here. So by default, no modules or lessons are created. So the first thing you do is create a module. Now, if you want to, if this is an ESL class and you are using the Dyned curriculum, you can check this box, which will gray out these things, and then you can select the product ID. So usually in here, if it's an ESL class, this will show Franklin Learning, or sorry, New Dynamic English and the different ESL products there are. It's really not important. But if you want to create your own, uncheck that, and you can create the name of the module. So modules roughly align to, in the ESL program, like products. So if this was a math class, we might say the first week of a math class is an introduction week, and we want a module for that. So we'll call this introduction. Now we describe what we want to accomplish here. We would like to demonstrate how to create and edit content for your class. Whoa, that's not class. For your class. This unit or module, will guide you in that process. All right, so module order is, in this case, we want this to be a 1, but it's actually grayed out, so that's fine. We can leave it as 0. That will be the first module. So once we add it, now we can look at lessons and modules, and we see that we have a module. Now we have to create content for it. So we can do that by clicking on it. Now if we want to delete it, we can click the delete button. We can edit it from here. And now we start creating lessons. So that was, again, you click on modules and lessons. You'll see the bar for each module. You click on it to expand it and scroll down, and it creates a default lesson for you. Now we'll give it a name. In this case, we want to call this Lesson 1. Select a class to edit or to or create a new class. Then you can set the dates of when this is available to appear. This works if your class has a start and end date. Most of the time you leave these alone. So now the next thing we pick, is this a student resource, something that students and teachers should see? Is it a tutor resource, something that only a tutor role person can see? Is it something for the teacher to use? That would be a teacher-only resource. Or is it a downloadable file for a student, a teacher? Or is this a team time content thing? like something to talk. We call it team time ideas. So is this something we want to talk about in team time? Most of the time, these are student resources because we're creating these lessons for kids. Well, for our students. So in this case, so under that is our content area. This is what is known as a WYSIWYG, or a what you see is what you get editor. That is what you see is what you get, or WYSIWYG. It's very silly. So you can just type in this area, and so I like to do things like lesson 1. This would be my header. Create a new class or select a class from the list. And we can put in here screenshots. So I'm going to go ahead and do a screenshot, which I do by on my computer, Command-Shift-4, and I will select this little bit here, and then now I can go over to desktop, grab my screenshot, and I hold it over here, and it says drop image or text, and it will put it right in. And it's actually not a list. This is a menu. From the menu on the left. So that's how we can add images. The other thing that we can do is go to, say, another website. We'll take this one. We'll grab this image. Not that one. So that's kind of a special one. That's probably not a good one to catch. These are videos. What we don't want a video. We want an image. All right, so here's an image. So we will go to this, and we can do copy image. Then we go back to our tab, and we can paste it in. So the way on my Mac I do Control-C to copy, and Command-V to paste. So I can enter that image. I can resize it. I can delete it by clicking on it and hitting my delete button, or put my cursor behind it and just delete it. So, so just for grins, we'll expand this. We'll get another screenshot of this. We will, I'm going to click, oh, dang it. I should have done that. So here is one problem with our editor. The module was created, but it did save that content. Oh, goody. That's good. Sometimes, if you're not careful, you can lose this content. So if you're ever going to do anything, like you have to leave this page, or you're going to do what I just did, make sure to hit Create Lesson. That'll save it and give you the ability to go back into it and edit it later on. So here's our default lesson. It actually did lose the content. Yeah, that happens. So we'll call this lesson 1. Create or select a class. It's a student resource, and we're going to, first thing I want to do is go get my screenshots. So I'm going to open this in a new page, in a new tab. I'm going to select the class that we're actually interested in. So I'm going to get a screenshot of this. And when you are doing this, you'll then click the Edit button. That will get you to here. So we'll get another screenshot of this. And then we'll go to Lessons and Modules, actually create a new module, right? Create a module first. Modules are like units or units, and the lessons go inside modules. So you have to have a module first, and then you can create lessons. All right, so now that I have these screenshots, I will go back into this screen and say, okay, step 1, create a new class or select one from the main menu. And now I'll put in my, we'll put in this one. Then we will put in this one. And I want it to be in the list. So click classes, select new or pick one from the list. Then I'll grab the list and I'll put the list in. I'm going to delete this one because I don't want it there. I said I'm going to delete this one. Now I'll put it in here. Okay. Then I'm going to say, then click the edit button. The red pencil on the right. Okay, then after we do that, we end up at this content screen. So we will then go to now select new module from the tab bar, and now create a module with a name and description. Then click the Add Module button. Then once you do that, then you will create your next lesson. So all of this I have just now put in the wrong editor. It actually did save that content. What I forgot was whenever you create a new module, it creates a default lesson. We don't need this. You can delete it. You click the little delete icon, then you type the word delete in the box. This just makes absolutely sure that you know which one you've done, and then you can delete it. Okay, so then we go in here. We have our module, our lesson 1, and lesson 1 has the content that I just created. Then you can go in here and you can format it, format the text. So we want a nice looking header, step 1. Is do that, and then this is like a heading 2, a step 2. This is sort of out of order. If you want to make these smaller or larger, whatever, you can change their sizes. You can boost them up. You can do whatever you need to do by clicking on that little pop-up menu. So we'll just say it's I don't know why it's not coming up. If you want more space, you can grab that little bar and drag it down. I don't know why this is so big. And now my little thing is gone. Click. You can also grab this little corner and resize it that way. All right, and so there you have it. So that's essentially how you create lessons. So after you've created your lesson, like say lesson 1 in your module, which is right here. Look for the collapsed bar and open it up. You can set the unit. So we'll say this is unit 1, session 1. And you can set the lesson order. So obviously we want this as lesson 1. And if you want to create, so after you've made those modifications, make sure you save it. Then when you go back to the tab again and open up the module, it has the form to create the next lesson. So lesson 2, save your content. It's a student resource. Don't forget to save your content. This one is actually, this lesson will contain the video that I am going to, that I'm recording right now. So, so that's all that will be here. And I'll show you how we can add a video in just a second. Okay. All you have to do if you want to get a YouTube video is go to YouTube, which I'm doing off screen right now, and I'll get the ID of a video that I want to use, and I can paste it right here. That's all I have to do. So I don't need the whole URL. Normally the URL looks like this. URL normally looks like that. All I need is this part. That's the video ID. I can put it in there, and this is unit 1. We'll call this session 2. I do wish these things would not pop up anymore. And I'll set the lesson order to 2 if I can. And then hit create lesson. Ta-da! So now when we go and look, if I have done this right, when we go to, we go back to class details, scroll down and click teach this class. You'll see your lessons down here. So here's our module. It's called Introduction. Here's our lesson 1 and the content. And then here's lesson 2. And evidently the video embed stuff doesn't work anymore. So another way to embed the content is so we can go to edit this class, lessons and modules, introductory. We know it was this lesson. So that is obviously not working, but we can click video and we can paste in the whole video URL. And there we go. It saves and it will embed it. We can hit save. From this screen, we go to teach this class. You can see save, and then here it is. And we can watch it right there. Pretty cool, huh? So that's really all there is to it. It's as simple as that. And I hope this works out. And that you enjoy making your content. Thank you very much.